to my channel. So today I wanted to film more of like a full coverage glam look, if that makes sense. I feel a lot of the summer looks that I've done recently, I've left my most recent one linked down below. I've kind of opted for the more minimal look because I feel like a lot of people don't like to wear a lot of makeup when it's really hot. But if you're like me and you're willing to bite the bullet, this is a kind of full coverage bronzy glam look using loads of the new Jouer Skinny Dip collection products. So this highlighter that you're seeing, this kind of lip topper, and what's on my eyes is all from the new Jouer collection. So I literally got it in the mail today from Cult Beauty and I was desperate to try it out, so I definitely wanted to create a look for you guys, so I really hope you guys like it. Sorry for the kind of lack of videos this week and the mishmash schedule. Obviously if you're from the UK or anywhere in the world, you would have seen what's happened recently in Manchester, and I feel like that really affected a lot of people. I personally felt very affected by it just because the age range of the audience was a lot of the age range that you guys watch, and actually I know quite a lot of people that watch me were there, so I just felt very not myself and I didn't want to have to fake it on camera for you guys. So I hope you can appreciate that and just enjoy this video. So yeah, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up if you do enjoy it and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know if you want me to do any other looks with any of the products that I mentioned or any future video requests. Leave them in the comments down below. I love to read them. If you're new, like I said, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And without further ado, let's get on with the tutorial. So just ignore the kind of differences because I wasn't actually sure 100% what I was going to do. So I am just going to go ahead and prime my eye, and for that I'm using the Tarte concealer in the shade Tan, just because I wanted it to kind of match the colour of like the foundation that I'm going to wear, which will be a bit more tan than my skin. I have got thick tan on at the moment, but that is just kind of like in development. And also we're doing our eyes first today, and normally I only really do that when I'm doing a wing, but I thought I'd try and mix up the techniques and show you that if you like doing your eyes kind of first, even if you are doing a rounded eye, which is the look that I've gone for today, then I just like to make sure I'm taking my base all the way up and like down underneath as well. That way you can just blend around it whenever you're doing your skin makeup. So I'm just going to quickly fill in my eyebrows, and I'm mixing it up at the moment. I'm going back to an old favourite. I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Soft Brown just for the tail of my brow, and then this Brow Bar Brow Definer in the shade Cinnamon Spice just through the front because it's slightly warmer. Doing the tail of my brow with the dip brow. And then taking this Brow Definer pencil. It's just a slightly warmer colour, and you guys know I prefer to like feather up the front of my eyebrows and have a bit more of like a natural looking gradient going on. Like that. And then I'm going to take the concealer that I plan to use, which is the Becca Aqua Luminous Perfecting Concealer, because I saw Desi raving about this when she was doing her makeup collection video. Oh my god, if you've not seen that video, go to her channel and watch it. It's literally makeup goals. Yeah, she was saying how much she like lives by this concealer, and I knew I had it, but I didn't think much of it when I had it, so I thought I'd definitely give it another go. So I'm just using that to just brighten up underneath the brow. I'm just going to make sure that's all kind of set in place with powder, so anything that we put on top is going to blend super easy. Eyeshadows today, I'm going to dip into some old favourite Makeup Geek eyeshadows. So this is Chickadee, and I'm just going to use that as our initial transition colour. And now because I can't forget that we're not going to wipe anything away, so I am still making sure to keep it all very rounded and buffed in. But tonight I'm off to do something exciting. I'm going off to watch the screening of the Baywatch movie, because I'm doing a little bit of work towards that, and you'll see very soon why. And then the next eyeshadow I'm going to take is Cocoa Bear, also from Makeup Geek, and just again buffing that in. We're only really going to be using like 3 crease colours, all of a very warm brown genre. Sorry if you hate that, but it's summer, and summer to me is being warm and brown. I'm going to go back in with my original brush as well. Okay, now for the lid colour, and to dip into something very exciting. This is the new Jouer Skinny Dip Ultra Foil Shimmer Shadows. Holy moly, it's basically just a palette of lid colours, and I'm going to take the colour Tan Lines. I feel like everyone, as soon as they got this palette, instantly wanted to use the Skinny Dip colour because it is your classic like champagne gold, which I know is a lot of people's favourites. But this tan line colour is really cool to me. It's more of like a greeny, goldy, bronzy colour than I thought. But then I am going to add a little like something extra on the top to make it a bit more bronzy. But I wanted it to mix up. I didn't want to just do what everyone else was doing. So I'm just using a flat brush, and this is the MAC 242. I love the MAC 242 for like glitters or any kind of like foiled pigments, shadows. Look how pigmented that is. It literally glides on. I was so impressed when I used this earlier. I was like, yes, I did like a little swatch and it was so pigmented. I mean, I'd kind of seen the pigmentation from the people that are on that trip. They're like swatches of the launch and stuff. I'm gonna go in with MAC Reflex Bronze, and again on the 242 brush. I'm just gonna spray it with Fix Plus, and then I'm gonna spray my eye with Fix Plus 2, and then press it on top of where we placed that tan lines colour, just for a pop of glitter and a little bit extra sparkle, and also just to slightly warm up the colour. These Reflex glitters are so good because they're not really chunky and uncomfortable. They really just add almost like fairy dust, like a little bit of like... Okay, amazing. I'm now going to dip my brush into... Oh, I better show you. This is the colour Bada Bing. It is just a dark brown from Makeup Geek, and there's a tiny bit of a gold sparkle to it, and I really like it for just deepening up the crease. Like that. I feel like I want to add like more glitter, but actually I'm going to highlight my inner corner first, and for the colour... and the colour for that, I'm actually going back into that Skinny Dip palette and taking the colour Bikini, which looks pinky but actually comes out as just quite a nice bit of like just a lighter champagne gold, as you'll see. Actually not even like champagne gold, just kind of looks a lot whiter. I feel the colours, how they look, are not how they come out on your eye or on the skin. So just highlight the inner corner there. And then yeah, I think I'm going to add a tiny bit more of that Reflex Bronze. There we go. Why do I always talk like this? Perfect. And now I'm going to take a little flat shader brush and dip my brush into that Bada Bing colour and literally just press it on the outer third of our top lash line, just to add a little bit of like a sultry cat eye look. But then for lashes, I'm going to take the Lily lashes in the style Luxe. They're like a winged out, super kind of fluttery, but actually really pretty for like everyday type lash. So I'm just going to get them out and apply them because I didn't want anything to be too distracting. I think the lid looks too pretty for that. But before that, I'm just going to apply mascara. I'm using the Colossal Big Shot Mascara from Maybelline. Always say this when I use this, it is a fave of mine. I love how much formula it deposits on my lashes, and the brush is just beautiful. So yeah, now I'm just going to go ahead and apply those lashes, and I'll be back to show you the eyes. Okay, so I've just put on those lashes, so you can see they're super like natural, I feel, for every day. But now because we've taken the concealer down quite low, I feel like we can finish off doing the eye makeup. So I'm going to go back into that Cocoa Bear colour because I want it to be quite dark and sultry underneath the eye, because this greeny gold colour is giving me that kind of vibe. I don't know why. So I'm just going to buff that along and connect it up and around like so. And then I'm actually going to dip the brush back into the tan lines and Skinny Dip colour, and then just take that just on like the innermost part of the eye, and then just buff in the like middle bit back with that pencil brush. And then using MAC Power Surge Eye Kohl, I'm just going to run that along my waterline. Oh my god, sorry, that must have looked really funny. I always get really weird when I'm put anything in my waterline. But now I'm just going to apply it bottom my eye. Now I'm going to apply bottom lash mascara. So these are the finished bronzy eyes. That palette is so good for lid colours. It's so sparkly and so pretty. But now we can move on to the skin makeup. Oh. Okay, so to begin, I'm just going to apply my moisturiser, which is the L'Oreal Hydrogenous Cream. And I saw quite a few of you, oh, by the way, I just remembered I fake tan my face. I feel like I'm about to watch it all come off. Great, I love it when that happens. But don't forget that you've taken the concealer down quite low. Why is one side so much more tan than the other? But yeah, I've literally been loving this stuff at the moment. I keep saying, and I saw a few comments saying, am I going to do like a YouTube review on it? I'm not going to do a YouTube review on it, but honestly, one of the nicest feeling moisturisers. And they say, and it's been such a good base for my makeup because it actually leaves a little bit of a tack. It's not a primer. Don't say I'm not calling it a primer, but it just leaves, I feel like it's a little bit of a tack. So then I am going to go in with a primer, which is the Marc Jacobs like coconut primer. And then I find this at the moment has been like, whoa, a like winning combination, like that moisturiser and then a primer on top. And I'm going for like a bronzy look today. So I want like glowy products. And this one does leave a really pretty finish on your skin. Pretty. Okay, I feel like for a lot of my summer looks recently, I've been going quite minimal on the skin, and I thought, fuck it. You know, I know I do. I can like grin and bear it. I want full coverage sometimes in the summer. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Tattoo Foundation. I've not used this in, whoa. Yep, a long time, clearly. I've not used this in what feels like forever. And I have an event tonight, and I know it's really good in the sense that it literally like stays on the skin. So I am just gonna sponge that into my skin, and this one's in the shade, I think, medium 57 maybe. But I am like gradually tanning, as you can see, so hoping this will match up nicely. And to be fair, this isn't too heavy on the skin if you use like a sponge with it, but it honestly is like thick. Okay, feeling sufficiently locked in place. I'm going to go in, like I said earlier, the Becca Aqua Luminous Concealer. And this is in the shade Fair. So, hoping this is going to brighten up underneath my eyes. And then again, just blend that in with a booty blender. Trying not to like ruin underneath the eye makeup or anything. Okay, so with the concealer done, I'm going to go ahead and use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mink Contour Kit just to add a little bit of a cream contour. Let me find a brush, thank you. So this is a very cool tone contour. It's not so much of like a cream bronzer, definitely a cream contour colour. Literally one of my, or maybe my fave one to do so. Lovely. And then I'm actually going to take a couple of the Cover FX Candlelight Custom Drops, which are a really deep bronze colour, and just dab them on, and then just use the same brush to kind of blend them down and around. Pretty. Okay, same on this side. Use the Beauty Blender. Pretty. Okay, now I feel like that's all the creams that I want to use. So I'm going to set everything in place with my best friend, Laura. So I don't really want to get rid of any of the like glow or the shine. So I'm just going to concentrate this underneath my eye and then just kind of like brush the excess outwards. But then I am going to obviously be applying it underneath here. So now that's all set in place, I'm going to enhance my contour with one of my favourite bronzers for like this time of year. This, where's a brush? This is the Buxom Bronzer in Tahiti. It has such a gorgeous goldy glow running through it. But like I said, also I love it for contouring. I feel like it's the perfect mix between cool tone and it being quite warm in tone. I'm just going to be applying that all the way around. Okay, for blusher, I'm dipping into a new product that I don't think I've used on camera yet. It is one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trios, and this one is in the shade Peachy Love. And I'm going to kind of dip my brush in the two end ones, so more orangey, and in the slightly lighter pink one. I love a peachier blush, so when I saw that one, it was like an instant fave. Okay, finally onto the highlighters. So again, from the Jouer Skinny Dip collection. I did get them both. I did get Tan Lines and Skinny Dip. Skinny Dip is more of like your champagne kind of colour, and then Tan Lines is more of like your bronzier one. And you guys know I love a shimmery bronzer, so I'm going to go ahead and just dust Tan Lines lightly all over my skin. I feel like that's given such a gorgeous glow. I'm obsessed. Okay, now it's time to try Skinny Dip. So I'm going to go ahead and take my MAC 224 that I love to use for highlighting and just press this, obviously, on the top. Oh my god. Oh my god, quick, let me go out and buy like 7. I don't know if this collection is limited edition, but holy hell. Obsessed. I didn't even think that was going to be my favourite product out of the Skinny Dip collection, but I think it might. But this is what I thought was going to be the fave. But I'm just going to go ahead and line my lips, and this is the Natasha Denona lip pencil in medium nude, so it's like a really nice warm nude colour. Honestly, such a great colour if you like to overline your lips. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in my lips with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lipstick in Stripped. Again, a lot more of a warmer nude. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply what I thought was going to be my favourite product, the new lip topper in Saint Tropez, and I really hope that this is everything I think it's going to be, because I'm so excited for this. It's literally like a light nude glittery lip topper, so realistically I'm excited. Oh my god, I can't stop. Okay, I'll stop now, but oh my god, I love it. I'm just going to set everything in place with my illuminating Cover FX spray, and that is the finished makeup look. Oh, grrr. So this is the finished makeup look. I literally love how it came out. It's a little bit different for me, as in like a different kind of bronze. So I hope you guys appreciate that, and maybe you've discovered a new colour that you want to try. I hope I've made you guys excited for that Jouer collection. I've left links to everything down below. I'm so impressed with all of it. So yeah, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up if you're going to try any of the new stuff, and let me know if you do. Definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new. I'd love to see you in my next video, and definitely make sure the notification bell is on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!